Good evening everyone. I'm Amisha Vishnoi and today I'm explaining class 9 important question for biology. So without wasting the time, let's go through the questions. So question number first. Why the cell is called the structural and functional unit of life? So first we have to know what is cell. So cell is basically the structural and functional unit of life. So it is the smallest unit of life. So here we have to answer why the cell is called the structural and functional unit of life. Because the cell is the building block of life. All the living organisms are made up of cell. Here you can see the word structure means the living organism structures are made by the cells and it performs specific function in an organism. All the functioning of the living organisms are carried out by the cell. So let's go through the second question. So question number 2. Why are lysosomes known as suicidal beds? So first we have to know what is lysosome. So lysosomes are the organisms present mostly in the animal cell as a garbage disposal, and it is also known as suicidal bed. So why we are calling it suicidal bed? Because if there is cellular metabolism disturbance, here the word cellular metabolic disturbance means cell metabolic disturbance or cell metabolic disturbance have the improper functioning, so they digest their own cell. Here the word digest means destroy. So lysosome destroy their own cell by releasing own enzyme. So we can say lysosome known as suicidal beds. So here the diagrams of lysosome. We can see the inner layer, lipid layer, and the outer we see the membrane and membrane transport protein, and the inner solution is hydrolytic enzyme mixture. So let's go through the third question. Difference between xylem and phloem. I think it's the most important question. Xylem and phloem. So first we have to know that what is xylem and what is phloem. So xylem mainly composed of water and minerals, and on the other side phloem mainly composed of food materials. Now come through the points. First point of xylem, it transport water and minerals through root to leaves, and in the phloem it transport food materials through leaves to root. The second point of xylem, it found deep in the plant. So in the first point we see it transport water minerals through root to leaves, so mean it found it deep in the plant, that's why. And the second point of phloem is it found in the outer side of plant, because it transport food materials through leaves to root, so it present the upper side, or we can say the outer side of the plant. The third point of xylem, conductive cells are dead. Here the conductive cells are tracheids and vessels. Mainly the students are confused what the conductive cells are there. So here the conductive cells are tracheids and vessels which are dead. And in the phloem case, conductive cells are live. Here the conductive cells are sieve tubes and companion cells. Now go through the fourth point of xylem. Xylem is present more in the older plants. It means most of the body of plant is made up of xylem. You can see the older plants body have more amount of xylem, But in the case of phloem, it present less. It means only a small part of plant is made up of phloem. Now the fifth point of xylem, cell wall is thin and the phloem is cell wall is thin. The last and the important point of xylem, it is made up of dead cell, and in the case of phloem, it is made up of living cell except phloem fibers. Here the exception in the case. So let's get to fourth question. How does the use of fertilizer improve crop production? The question is saying, it is asking that how the crop production be increased or be improved by the use of fertilizer. So fertilizer mainly improve crop production because fertilizer consists various of components like nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus, calcium, magnesium, etc. But the most important component to increase the fertility of soil is nitrogen, because nitrogen will present in the rich amount. The soil needed nitrogen in the rich amount to increase the fertility of soil. It will help to increase the growth of crops, and it mainly provides vital nutrients in vast quantity, so plants does not suffer from any disease. So it also provides some vital nutrient, so plant does not suffer from any disease. So let's get to the another question. Question number 5th. Difference between plant cell and animal cell. I think it's the most important question that came in the exam. From in 7th or 6th to 8th class, students have knew about the animal and plant cell. But from class 9th, or we can say in higher class, we will know more about it, and the graduation also we can study about animal cell and plant cell. So let's go through the answer. So here we can see the diagram of plant cell, animal cell. I think diagram is most important in biology. It will we can understand it properly. So the first point of animal cell, it is irregular or round in shape. As you can see, the animal cell shape is irregular, round or oval in shape. But in the case of plant cell, it is mostly in square in shape. Second point of animal cell, vacuoles are smaller in size. As you can see here, vacuoles are smaller in size. Now the second point of plant cell is vacuoles are larger in size. You can see here, vacuoles are big. It is larger. Now the third point of animal cell, lysosomes are commonly present, and in the plant cell, lysosomes are rarely present. Sometimes question may ask why the lysosomes are not present or rarely present in plant cell, because here is the vacuole which do the functioning of lysosomes. Now the fourth point of animal cell, chloroplast not present. Of course chloroplast will not present because it do not have any chlorophyll, or photosynthesis process does not done by the animal cell. But in the case of plant cell, chloroplast is present because the photosynthesis process is done by the plant cell. Now the fifth point, centrosome is present. As you can see here, centrosome is present, and here centrosome is not present. You can see in the diagram, centrosome is not present in it. Now the sixth point, plastid is absent in animal cell, and in plant cell plastid is present. So sometimes question may ask why is plastid is not present. So mainly the answer is because animal cell is heterotrophic, so plastid is not present in it. Okay. Now the last point of animal cell. Mode of nutrition is heterotrophic. As we all know, animal will does not prepare their own food, it depends on others. And plant cell mode of nutrition is autotrophic, because plant prepare their own food by the process of photosynthesis. So let's get to the another question. So it is the last question, question number 6. Why is mitochondria known as powerhouse of the cell? So what is mitochondria? So mitochondria are a membrane bound organisms. They are the tiny organ found in the cytoplasm of eukaryotic cell, and it is known as powerhouse of the cell. So what the word powerhouse means? Powerhouse means we have more strength or more power. So here in a mitochondria stage it have more energy. They produce lot of energy that every cell need to survive. They are the power plant of the body, and where this energy will came. So it is responsible for extracting energy from food. The food which we are eating, that gives us energy, and this energy is released in the form of ATP. So thank you.